Hello, and welcome to Happy House Yoga. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do some poses on our hands and knees. You'll notice that I'm actually sitting, but I'm not sitting flat because it's a little hard on my knees. So I actually have a block underneath. And if you're trying to do a pose like this and reach back, it's kind of nice to have the support of the block. Go ahead and come to our knees into what we call a tabletop. So our knees are about hip width and our hands about shoulder width, and our back is flat. And we're going to go into cat and cow. So think about a kitty cat that's going to go meow, and it's getting really arching its back way up. And then think about a cow that's full of milk and it's just sinking way down. So you're really exercising your spine here, creating space between the vertebrae to let fresh oxygen just rush in. Your spine is your super highway in your body. Everything connects to it. So just doing this rolling motion is excellent. You're arching and you're sinking. So this is a wonderful thing to do. Now we can add something to this. You can add a little tail wiggle in case you just want your doggy to play with you. You can also pull forward and you can push backward. And as you push forward, you can actually come into an up dog. And as you go backward, you can create all the way back to a child's pose or half of a child's pose, whatever feels right. But if a child's pose feels good to you, go ahead and just relax into the child's pose. Or if the moving, the rocking felt good, go ahead and continue rocking. If the up dog or even a cobra feels right, go ahead. What you're doing here is you're just creating space in your spinal cord. You're really wanting oxygen to flow through easy and gentle, sinking a little down, a little back. Now coming into stillness for a moment, take a breath. And we're going to do something that's called thread the needle. And this is good for your shoulders. And modify it for yourself if any part of this doesn't feel right. So what you're doing is the first thing you're going to see is you're going to thread the needle. And here I'm coming through. Okay, so this hand is going to go way up. I'm going to grab a piece of thread the needle, and I'm going to come through, bringing that thread up, waving it in the air if it feels right, and then coming back down with long arm out. And then coming back up, we're going to switch sides. So this side is going up to grab the thread, taking the threaded needle and going right through this hole all the way down until you reach your shoulder, your head looking the other way. And if it feels right, this arm can come up and just wiggle, or it can stay flat on the mat. So coming back up, we're going to do it one more time. Your body likes to do things 2 or 3 times. It just kind of remembers what you're asking it to do. So here we go. Coming down, reaching up, grabbing the needle, and pulling it through. And as you pull through, you come all the way down to your shoulder. And again, if this feels okay, this arm can go up and do a circle or a figure 8 up in the air, or it can just stay flat. And then as you unthread the needle, you pull back up, and we'll come to the other side. So coming up, all the way up, finding the slot that you're threading through, going all the way through until your shoulder comes down. If it feels right, this is the arm that can figure 8 or do circles in the air, or it can just stay flat on the mat. Up to you and to what your body says it would like to do. and then gently lifting back up. We're still on our hands and knees. Our back is flat, and we're going to go to the balancing table. Now here, you're going to go ahead and you're going to lift one arm, and you're going to lift the opposite leg. So if you're lifting your right arm, you're going to lift your left leg. And if you feel balanced, you can lift them both at the same time. If this is difficult for you, you can just modify this by just lifting a leg or by just lifting an arm. If it feels right, get your leg out, feel your balance, and opposite arm goes out. Again, you're after a nice straight line here, and you're breathing. And then you're going to switch, and you're going to do it again on both sides. You're going to lift and balance and breathe. And on the other side, you're going to lift, balance, and breathe. And if you want to make it a little more active, a little more difficult, you can do it exactly the same way, or you can bring your elbow to knee. And if you do that on one side, you want to make sure that you're doing it on the other side. Again, it's not necessary. And at any time you feel like you want to, you can go back into that nice, easy resting pose, or you can stay just arching, sinking, or whatever feels right. Let's take another balancing breath on our hands and knees as we end this series, and then reaching back, coming back to the seated pose. Namaste. Have a beautiful day.